All right. Calm down now. I appreciate the energy though. Welcome y'all to another episode of Coach E Game 4 all seasons brought to you by Perfect Time Fitness with your boy Coach E, local neighborhood high school track coach, local neighborhood high school football coach, local neighborhood high school basketball coach, strength coach, Twinsburg football program. Also, co-CEO El Presidente at Perfect Time Fitness and Meal Prep head trainer at Perfect Time Fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still waiting for all you to download everything you're hearing wherever you get your podcast at. Hit that download button, the arrow, whatever you push. Go ahead, push it. Also, go to YouTube and watch this show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get the alerts whenever we drop, you know, like this episode. It will be brand new in a couple days. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Pass it on to your friends. Share the content with others because it is some great content that is going on. But this content I don't create all by myself. I have two homies that do this thing with me. What up, homies on the left and my right? Zen. What up, white t-shirt? Zen. In my white tee. Yep.
Coach E, I'm glad they had some energy to give us a round of
Uh-huh.
applause to bring us in tonight. Cause after last night, I didn't think they'll have some energy for us, boy. Woo, 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 woo. Oh man, look. So I'm down here, you know, in Atlanta doing my thing, going into the office this week. Folks, you know, I had the outfit already ready because I had planned for us to be 1-1. I was like, oh, this is perfect, wear this, after the win. So the morning comes and I'm like, what hat do I throw on with this outfit? I got a couple of different options. I'm like, do I go with this cat? I don't know, man. They let me down. I got this Philadelphia Phillies hat I could rock instead, same color scheme. It's like, nah, bunk it. Ride or die with my boy. So throw that thing on. First thing when I hit the elevator, old white lady looking at me. She just keeps staring at me. Keep staring at me. I'm like, why is she staring at me, man? And I get off. She was like, did that
Ooh.
loss last night hurt you? I was like, yep. I sure enough did. Then I'm coming down. Look, one dude's like, man, you bold for wearing that hat today. I was like, look, dude, stop what he was doing and followed me where I was going to talk to me about the game. Man, it's so wild, man. But yeah. I'm glad, man, that, that the folks listening got some energy for us tonight, man. So it's all good. But what's good? We're gonna get to that and so much more though. But I cannot wait. Oh, I cannot wait. Cause Mr.
Yes.
Taboo Timmons has so much trash talk
Mm-hmm.
before this series. I
We still
cannot
here.
wait to
We still here.
see if he still got that same energy. But we can go get to that. Look, I can't spoil the pod for the folks.
But what's
But
good is
what's
I
good,
hope
fellas?
dude ain't no Hawks fan if he harassing and walking by you like that. Because you can easily do the same thing to him. They never sniffed the playoffs in the past couple
Right.
years.
Where they at?
Oh yeah, but you know what? The crazy thing, it's Atlanta. If anybody from Atlanta know about Atlanta is everybody is a sports fan, but very hard to find folks that's actually sports fans of Atlanta teams, man. It's hard, man. They few and far between. Everybody, man, I'm a Knicks fan. Oh no, I'm a Lakers fan. I'm just everybody a fan of somebody else besides Atlanta. But yeah, that I would be surprised if he is actually a Hawks fan, man. But yeah, but what's good, man?
These playoffs is what's good. There's a lot going on. But we'll get to that, like you said, brother. On the right hand
Just for
side, I
us.
got right. On the right hand side, I don't know who he is to Zazen. We gonna figure out who he is. Is he Homer? Is he Bart? Is he Marge or is he Lisa? What's going on, Mr. Simpson?
What's up, troll scurry? Yeah, if I'm Homer, then you the troll. Yo, I'm gonna sip my oxygen right here. I'm gonna look at the troll and I'm gonna say, troll, you see my hat? Troll fans, fairy weather fans, you see my hat. I rock my hat. Yeah, I'm proud of my boys. They went out there. We missing key pieces. I'm gonna say that for the take, though. I'm gonna say that for the take. Let me just tell y'all. Let me tell y'all the journey a little bit. Yo, first game, I was physically ill. I made myself physically ill. When I say I got so fired up, yelling, screaming, house rocking and rumbling and shaking. Man, I was effed up for the rest of the night. So I tried to watch this one and be calm. I was calmer. But we gonna get to that. It's not your boy, but your favorite grown ass, still rocking the calf, still here, still in Believe Land, still telling folks, yo, we about to do a Halliburger. We about to make Halliburger still. Mr. Taboo Timmons. Eating a Halliburger.
So is it medium or is it well done?
We about to cook up that light-skinned Halliburger. Normally, I don't like to trade out on light-skinned nation, but the light-skinned, curly-haired dude, we about to make Halliburgers out that curly-haired, light-skinned boy. Halliburgers.
Sound like their cousins to me, Zen. I don't know. That's what it sounds like. Family reunion. And he mad because his cousin stole the last piece of pound cake.
Civil War. It's Civil War in light-skinned nation. And if RP was here, it'd probably be Civil War because he'd be siding with a troll.
All right, fellas. So I've been thinking, man. I was at the gym. What, today? Yeah, okay. Tuesday, I was at the gym watching a lot of people walk by. You know, the BMV is right next door. So I'm training people, you know, looking out the window. We people watch and laugh because there'd be some funny stuff going on outside the window at the gym. So I'm just watching people walk by, walk by, walk by. And I look at the stature of a lot of people. Our culture, man, I really question our culture because it accepts so much stuff that really shouldn't be accepted. I understand people like thick, but a lot of these people are not thick. A lot of these people are big and they get told that they're thick. So in their mind, they're like, you know, doing something right or looking good, but I highly disagree with it because, like I said, they're big. Don't have a problem with big people, but we are just a big culture. Like we need to start really thinking about our life and changing our life. And I'm not even saying you got to work out. Just watch what you eat. Watch your portions. Do something active so you can just kind of, you know, be in shape or be that thick that you're looking for. Have y'all noticed this about our culture? Like, does it bug y'all? Because it really does bug me. Or am I just one sided because of my profession?
There's a little bit of that in mixed in there, but
yeah,
you know,
you talking to two fat brothers, man.
Exactly. You brought this to the fat council. Let's change this from the marriage council to the fat council.
Right.
All right. You need to step aside on this one, man.
Right. Step aside, fitness coach. Step aside. It's funny because me and my Uncle Jones, we got a running joke about it. And see, right now, butts and guts is in. Butts and guts. You walk around, you see butts and guts. You see a fat ass, you gonna see a fat ass gut to go with it. It's like another side dish. It's the culture. It's the food, man. RFK trying to tell people, y'all want to call them crazy. They put stuff in the food to keep us addicted, and our dopamine hits get hit with the food. We all food drug addicts, and the sugar, the fast food, the saturation. It's all bad. It's all bad, but it's all set up for the people to fail. It's hard because all they boil down to, which all this stuff boil down to, you don't get it. That's why you sitting aside on this one. You just gonna listen to some brothers right now. What it is, man, all this boil down to willpower, right? They always just be like, well, just don't do it. Well, if it was that damn easy, then people wouldn't be addicted. High fructose corn syrup is more addictive than heroin. You can look that up. That's a Google fact. So that's what it is. So you telling the folks who's addicted, just don't be addicted no more. It's not that easy.
No, I'm not even saying that. I understand that part, but when is the want to gonna happen? Like, why are people just comfortable with being like that? And then they always complain about other stuff like the ailments that come with that. They complain about that with the elders and everything. So why doesn't it want to change? Like, why doesn't our culture want to shift in a certain way that we haven't shifted before? What needs to happen? You clearly see your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents. passing away way too early from these symptoms and from these ailments and from these decisions that they constantly make. But when is it going to change? That's the part I don't understand. Like, what has to happen that hasn't already happened for it to change?
Well, Zen, you want to jump in on this? Because I got more.
Go ahead.
I got a
What
whole
y'all
theory
cook?
on this one. Cause man, look, again, it go back because doing my stint and seeing people that was in Narcotics Anonymous. I've never been or seen people in it. Alcoholics Anonymous, Food Anonymous, all these anonymous, they all say the same thing. The first step to a 12-step program. You, not anybody else, but the person has to decide it's a problem. Unfortunately, it's not a problem till the doctor say you gonna die. We know we gonna die. Doctors say you gonna die at the end. Sometimes it's fixable then, but what you gotta do, what I'm thinking, and I haven't figured it out yet, because hell, I struggle. I struggle like a mug. Sugar is my nemesis. Sugar is my nemesis. And I know when I put it down for a while, like you said, you feel good. You don't wake up with the ailments. You don't have this thumb getting stuck like this, or you wake up your arm. When you put that stuff down, the inflammation go down, yada, yada, yada. We know. Felt good. Sciatic pain, gone. Dancing in the streets, gone. Feeling good. Sugar came back. I still go back and forth. Now I done put the pop down. I still do my sweeteners. I know y'all after the sweeteners, but I gotta have something. I want something. I choose something. But the pastries, it's the pastries. Again, this stuff is more addictive than drugs. And the only thing y'all say is just don't do it. Well, what you gotta do, you gotta try to get people on the mental. See, this right here is how you switch them up. You hit them in the
Absolutely.
subconscious. It's somehow you can hit them in the subconscious. The only way I know is through hypnosis. It is on my list. I know I'm gonna give it up, and I be sad about it. Like, man, it's almost like mourning. That's how much it got a hold on me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just being real and vulnerable. So don't laugh at me. It's a drug. Man, that juice, you get some Minute Maid Grape Punch. Oh my God. I can't even keep that in my house. I can't. Nikki bought it for me one time. I said, get the devil out of here. The devil's alive. Get it out of here. Because what I'll do is I go splash, sip, splash, sip, splash, sip. I can do this, half of it gone. One standing. It ain't even sitting, it's a standing. Then in a day, gone. Now I know I'm gonna shit on myself and I'm gonna feel all of the sugar like really messing me up. But they don't stop me. You think it stop me? No, it don't stop me. Cause I'm a sugar drug addict. And that's what a lot of these people
And it
are.
feel good when it once you got it.
Yeah.
It's like
And I'm
telling
active.
folks.
Yeah.
It's like telling
Go
folks,
ahead, Zen.
man. For a lot of folks, when it comes to sex, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to
Mm-hmm.
give up sex, or you be like, man, oh man, you know. I say this only because as a Christian, the whole thing in the Bible about sex before marriage and fornication, and you will try to give it up, and you be like, man, woo, like
Mm-hmm.
God. I mean, it's to that level. You the satisfaction. Yeah, I won't say it's as good as sex, but it rivals it. It gets up there. It might be in that top 5, close to it. So you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. Like, man, I think people try to underestimate it. Like B said, when it comes to food, that it's what it, it's so easy to kick. It's really not. It's not. That issue isn't. And the
Mm-mm.
thing about wanting to be active, the crazy thing about wanting to be active is life gets in the way. Uh, I just in
But does it?
and with hold on, yeah, it does. And what happens is so funny because my manager just showed us a video at work today, and they did the demonstration where the dude put a whole bunch of little rocks, and the little rocks is representative of all the little things in life that gets in your way, that's like distractions and other little things that you got to handle through the course of your day. and then he put these big, huge rocks, and he said, "Man, fit it all in this bucket." But you got to fit all these rocks in this bucket without coming over the brim. And so the whole thing, the lady's trying to put the rocks in, and then after a while she realized, man, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna fit all these rocks into this bucket. And so he was like, I'm gonna offer you another bucket. And he was like, you get to do anything you want in this bucket. So what she had to do was take those rocks that I forgot to mention, the big rocks had like different labels to them, like church, family, spouse. What else did it have? Some others like
Job,
work.
side hustle,
Party.
You know what I'm saying? It had all, and it had the
right.
those
Kick it.
rocks. She had the. She was like, okay. She just chose the rocks that was important to her. And that's what the thing is. We get distracted with all the little stuff and the other minutiae in life to where you be like, man, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Where am I going to find the time? Where am I going to have to find the time? It's going to come down to a part of having to figure out a way to prioritize it, because once you get to that stage, and then be like, okay, I gotta let some of this other stuff that's in my life that's coming at me, just that's gonna have to fall to the side instead. And instead, I'm gonna have to put this forward. Then that's when you'll be able to see some progress. But there's a lot of talk, a lot of shaming. I was like, shaming, I don't know if that's necessarily gonna be the method to getting people,
No.
to want to do something. If anything,
It
that just
should.
make people want to double down. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
and it's so funny because I was just saying,
Right.
I mean, E was sitting there and I was sitting there. I was like, man, I can't wait to talk to the fellas tonight, because I guess I could say, man, I seen the biggest booty in the world today.
Butts
It
and
was the
guts.
hugest. It was the hugest. It was a big girl too. And I was just like, but I was like, man, the crazy thing about it, I know E was saying, he was like, man, not everybody is thick. It goes back to a TV show like back in the day, not too far back in the day, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, called Black Men Revealed. It was on TV1. And I remember watching that show, and the dude was saying that it was like a doctor on there, and he was saying like the hip to waist ratio, when it falls into, I forget what the number was for that ratio. He's like, when it falls into a certain category, is like, and it meets that ratio, no matter how big or small the woman is, like, it's more likely to be aesthetically pleasing to a man. And I was just like, yo, and as I was sitting there watching this, looking at the biggest booty I've ever seen in the world, I was like, forgive me, Lord. I was like, yo, some thoughts came across my mind, like what I could do with that. And so I was just like, yo, I was like, so part of that is, man, hey, the sisters are curvier than they've ever been before with that. And like I say, it falls within that ratio to where, man, it triggers to some guys, not every guy's like Coach E, like them small, you know what I'm saying? Some don't mind having a little something extra to play with. So, you know what I'm saying? So in that right there, they can still get the attention from the men as well too. So I can only speak on how I could see a woman, because they still get some of that same attention from the dude that they seek it. And it's like, hey, my dude like me like this, why? So it's man, you could go so many different places when it comes to this. So, but yeah. I jump off that, man. Let
Come
you jump
on
back
back,
in on
man.
this.
Right. 'Cause I got more. I know he looked like a kid in the candy store. I got more, E. Plus, man, all this advertisement, man. All this advertisement. Go ahead, man. I'm not to cut you, man. I know you got some stuff to throw in there.
Yeah, because you just said, yeah, my man like it, but you're going to die. Okay. Like if you keep on this track, you're going to die. So you're gonna leave your man just because
You're
you
gonna die
think he
anyway.
likes that? Yeah, you're gonna die anyway. But why speed up the
Everybody gonna
process?
die.
Absolutely. But why
Cuz
speed up the process when you have so much life to live? But my thing is when you said shaming, yeah, people need to get shamed. Why is it that nowadays in the world, people talk to everybody so dirty, they so aggressive, they so angry. But then when you talk about weight, you got to be so nice. But you can dog
You know,
anybody else out about not holding the door, not giving you a receipt, not giving you the right change. But as soon as you bring up weight, you got to be the
That's
nice
funny.
guy. Well, you might want to do
That
this.
is funny.
No,
You gotta be
I'm
sensitive,
I'm
right?
saying, why not take that same approach? Because that's how serious it is. I'm not doing this to
well,
try to shame you, to put you down. I'm letting you know it is a problem that you need to fix. So take it how you want to take it, but this is a problem.
but think about it. You just named all that stuff, and we do a lot of stuff where we talk so aggressive. But think about, man, how often people double down off of that. Like, how much change is affected by going that approach. That's why I was like, yeah, maybe to a parent to a child, but like from each other to each other, that shaming stuff don't really work. It's gotta be another way to be able
Tell
to
you,
reach
don't.
somebody to their sensibilities to make them say, okay, all right, because
What every other way
they'll see a
Hypnosis.
hasn't
dude
worked.
like
Every
E,
other way hasn't
You,
worked.
they see
you
they
gotta
see a dude
hypnotize
like
people,
E.
man. That's the only
You
way
know
to
what I'm
do it.
saying? They see a dude like E, and he's sitting like, man, I got it under control. Why don't you? You don't know that place did to really speak to me.
See,
Then
no, I don't.
that's what it
I,
that's
that, I,
what it
that's
comes
the
down
aspect
to.
I try to
Because,
stay away from.
but that's what I'm saying. Like a cat like you, and like, but I'm just saying, even if you don't go that angle, it's still gonna come off that way. It's something. God, I guess all this stuff they've been trying to brainwash me with at work is starting to kick in
I
because,
see you start to sound like a pamphlet. A little pamphlet though.
but but
Like they
yeah,
got him.
yeah, they got me. They got me. So all this stuff they trying to brainwash me at work is actually starting because it was a dude
In the
talking about,
subconscious.
yeah, it's subconsciously, it's still there. You know how me and you, E, we always talk about, man, being a big black dude. And being that, I'd be like, we can act like had the same personality that the next person who looks totally different. Say B. B is a little shorter than us or whatever. We had the same
A
personality,
lot.
but it's coming from us though. It's acceptable for him, and he blends in
That's funny.
a lot sooner than us. But for us, we still look at it as standoffish or unapproachable or this, that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because, and it's just
Y'all
like,
in the field. I'm in the house.
exactly, all because we big dudes, big black dudes. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's how it's the same thing comes off
Very
when it
scary.
comes to you. You know, if you people like, yeah, all right, yeah, all right, what you don't know what this struggle is, what this struggle is like. You ain't never known what it feels
Mhm.
like to feel this struggle. So that's why I'm saying it. When it comes to you, it might come off that way where it don't necessarily hit like that, and like unless you can hit to a person to say, man, I know what you've been through, I know what you're feeling like, I know how it is to be like this, and be
They
able to
had a
connect
show
that
about
way.
that. Yeah, they made a show about that. I used to love that show too. It was called Fit to Fat to Fit. Because of that thing right there. They was like, y'all don't know the struggle. Y'all don't know what it's like. So what it was, did y'all ever see the show?
No,
Now
I
you
remember
used
you
to
talking about it
you
that
brought
time
that
Philly
up.
was on here.
Yeah. Cause what they did, they took Evan, and Evan would eat like a mug, get about 500 pounds, and now he gotta lose the weight again. And for some of them trainers, it was really tough. You know, the majority did end up getting back, but like the mental stress they went through was unbelievable. I mean, they got depressed. I mean, they gained all this weight, all this stuff. because it's a lot of a mental thing, right? And how first of all, that's why they go at you with so much advertisement of food, right? You sitting around, you see a commercial, next thing you know, you want that smash burger with them fresh cuts, condiments and grease and cheese. You know what I'm saying? And the problem is with that, see, the brain seeks pleasure over pain. So the brain, like, yo, we want that. Hell, we're going to that gym, working out, all that.
But that's
And
pain
plus,
too.
but that's but the brain is looking at that as the pain because it's the instant gratification versus the long haul. Now you're talking about long haul. Yeah, overall it's better for us, but it all comes down to what you eat. Even though we're working out, because I'm an active cat, but I notice if I when I mod my diet, like one time I didn't do sugar for like 30 days. I lost 31 pounds easy. Not one day going to the gym. Vice versa. I can go to the gym every day, eat what I want, and just maintain. You know what I mean? So it's all food. It's all food, but it's not that easy, man. It's just not that easy. We always getting bombarded. The brain is setting us up to fail. And look, man, it's them dopamine hits, man. I don't know. You got something that you addicted to, E? What is something that Coach E? It ain't food. What is it?
Yes, it
It
is
ain't
food.
wine. It ain't
Yes, it is wine.
no, cause
It's food.
you could be like, yo, B, I'm cutting this out. I ain't doing this no more for
Yeah,
about 10 days. I ain't doing it.
so that you just walked into what I was about to say. We find time to do everything else that we want to do that doesn't help you. So why not replace those things that doesn't help you? And I'm not saying you got to be perfect. You got to cut everything out right now. You got to stop this right now. At least try. Then when people try, this is when they try to get you. Well, it's been 2 months and I ain't seen nothing. Okay. Well, it's been 87,000 months and you're still fat. So try the other time with to try to match up that 87 months with those 2 months. It's the beginning of the process. You started off skinny. Everybody's been skinny before. Then you make those decisions that you go to, and then you end up gaining the weight. So try to
Yeah,
reverse
but
it.
it's instant. It's
Y-
instant gratification versus the
Yeah.
long haul. I can go to the gym for 2 months. I might not see shit. I can go get that burger and feel great. I can go get them ribs and feel great. I can go get some brisket shave, you know what I mean? Some of that shaver's brisket, some of
Yeah.
that
That's what I'm
Smokehouse
saying.
91 Roman burger. I can go,
Me
and
too.
now you ain't even gotta leave the house. You ain't even got to leave the house. I can call right now by the time this pod over. I got me a nice fat burger from 5 Point Grill in here, and I'm about to smash it, and I'm gonna chill because it's gonna be 12 o'clock. And see how easy that is versus this willpower, right? And then I'm gonna just okay, I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna be upset, I'm gonna be irritable.
But you have the willpower. You just choose to use it in other places that you're comfortable. So, in order to see the results, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. If you're never uncomfortable, those results will never come. You'll just be comfortable the rest of your life. And that comfort is going to turn into the worst ailments, diseases, dysfunction,
You're
fat,
right. Yeah.
even fatter. So, and I'm not on here
But you
trying to
see what you
say,
said, it's
I'm
comfort.
yeah, but and I just want to throw this disclaimer out. I'm not on here trying to be on my high horse and all this. I just want to see people like want to change because it's not good. It's not a good look, man. Like our
You gotta
culture is really,
hypnotize.
really bad. Like it's really bad.
No, it is.
8 out of 10
Especially in the
people
black
that
culture. Because we got
yeah,
some big backs.
eight
We
out
got
of
big
10
backs
people
too.
that walk by that window are big. And you very
Big
seldom
backs.
just see a regular person anymore. Like it's really
Yeah.
confusing and sad.
It's big back culture. It
Big
is.
back,
It's big
big
back
back.
butts and guts and big back culture. It's everything.
The
But
crazy thing,
I speak for the fat and the big back because I know. And when Zen said it was beautiful, I clapped Zen. I was clapping like this because I was like, yo, with the Stones, bro, that I felt that 100% with the Stones because it's like, Jim, family. I got the pod this day. I got side hustle 1, side hustle 2. I got to pay bills. I got the job. I got my mama and them. I got my brother. And now I'm like, hey, what's gonna fit? And at the end of the day, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I said I was going to the gym 24 hours. Do I really want to go drive up the street to the gym? Nah, let me just hit a couple push-ups here. Yeah, that's good enough.
No, it's
Let
not.
me chill. See what I'm saying? But you see how easy that is to now it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you done did all this stuff. I feel it. I feel it.
Hey.
Don't give
I'm
up,
glad
E.
you said that one, E. Boy, man, it's like telekinetically, man. We kind of get our vibes from each other, man, without even being around each other like that, man. That's so crazy. that happens to us, man, so often. But yeah, that was good though. That was real good, E. That was real good. Well, speaking about people with health issues, man, I do want to say, fellas, man, I just left
No.
Cleveland Clinic. Man, just got finished visiting them Cleveland Cavaliers in the ICU. You know what I'm saying? They say and boys is in critical condition, man. These next 72 hours, man, is very crucial. It's very crucial to them boys, man. And it could go one way or the other, man. So, man. At this time, man, anybody listen to this podcast, hey, keep them Cleveland Cavaliers in your thoughts and prayers right now. Oh, man. But for real, hey, yeah, them Cavs are down after a 60-win season, second best season ever.
64.
We find ourselves in the situation Coach E wanted to see us in during the regular season. We find ourselves in this predicament in the postseason. He wanted to see some adversity. Right now, this can't get more adverse than this. So I don't know, Coach E. Did you see something in the regular season that makes you believe that the Cavaliers will be able to pull themselves out of this 0-2 deficit that they're currently in?
No, I really haven't seen nothing in the regular season because, like I said, it's two total different situations, the regular season and the playoffs. So all throughout the playoffs, let's start with that first round. Other teams that we was watching, they've been having physical series like from round one and like hard, not even hard opponents, but just opponents that will play them hard. We ended up playing the 37-year-old YMCA grown man league team that threw up the white flag after game one. So everything was smooth sailing. We didn't have no adversity in the first round whatsoever. Okay, we had that game where they came back and like brought it down to 2 points, but everybody knew what the end game was going to be with that whole series. We were not pushed. We were not playing physical. Everything was just free flowing and just good energy. The ball moving around like the regular season. Like no confrontation whatsoever. Fast forward to game one. I've been telling B about this. If you remember, Zen, and B, if you remember, I kept telling you about the Pacers. The Pacers specifically was a team that we didn't want to see because they have everything that we don't have. They have length and athleticism at every position and dogs on the court, more than one that will do whatever it takes at any given moment to get the loose ball, to get the rebound, to do it, to be physical. Now look at us. We're injured because we met a little bit of adversity in physical play. Everybody was so happy how he was minimizing the minutes and watching the minutes and keeping everybody fresh. Now, fast forward to game one, Donovan played 36 minutes and he looked like he played double overtime and he was exhausted. But that comes from, I know you hate to hear it, B, the size issue. He's a little guy constantly going into the teeth of the defense, getting beat up. At least over 50% of every time Donovan goes to the basket, he's on the floor. Like literally, he's getting up off the floor. That's what D Wade used to do. That's what Iverson used to do. And you saw how their bodies got beat up. It didn't last long. They were a shell of themselves a couple years after that constantly kept happening. Those two names, Iverson and Wade, always had deep playoff runs, and they were always on the floor, getting beat up, trying to take people off the dribble, trying to go to the hole. Not a good idea with that size and stature. Now flip to the other side. Tyrese Halliburton is a 6'6" point guard that plays very fast, that dictates the tempo. I remember putting this in the group chat in game one. We need to get this tempo under control because if they play at this tempo, we will not be able to keep up with them the whole game. These dudes can score. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. The second game, game two, we came out with more intense defense trying to set the tone for the tempo. We kept them to 15 points in that first quarter in game two. I said, oh man, yeah, they coming out. And I even put in the group chat, like, man, it looked like the Pacers don't even want to be here. It looked like they happy with the split. They not doing anything they was doing in game one. Lo and behold, they kept chipping and chipping and chipping at the defense, chipping at the lead, hitting big shot after big shot. Yeah, it was a couple times they were down 20, they would cut it down to 12. Then Cavs will go back up by 17. They'll cut it back down to 10. They'll go back up by 15. They kept chipping and chipping and chipping away. Eventually, they got back to that pace, and it's so hard to stop that, especially when you're missing the key players that you are missing, and they still got their full force. So that's playing against you. That tempo took over, and they kept going and going and going. It seemed like the physicality picked up too, and everybody wants to whine and complain about the refs. I didn't think the refs did bad at all this whole series so far. It's a couple questionable calls, but if you look at it in the playoffs history, refs let the physical play go. So I don't see that being a factor at all. Yeah, okay. DeAndre Hunter got fouled pretty hard and he dislocated his thumb. That sucks, but that's just a part of physical playoff basketball. Evan Mobley shot a jumper, came down, landed on Miles Turner's foot, rolled his ankle. That can happen at any given play in basketball. Darius Garland, turf toe, whatever he got. The only thing I wish from game two, I wish they both, Evan Mobley and Darius Garland, would have at least attempted to play. I think if they attempted to play, that would have gave other people more energy and more want to even try to win. But I just think they shouldn't have not like tried at all. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If that's what you got, that's what you're going to give me. Because your boy, I told you about this too, B, in the regular season. Ty Jerome is not on nobody's scouting report in the regular season. It's an 82 game season. They going in and out of cities, not worrying about nothing, not game planning nothing. Now you have somebody that can zero in, and a damn good coach with Rick Carlisle, zero in on his weaknesses, and they exploited his weaknesses to a T, especially in game two. 1 for 14. That's Martin Luther King Day right there. God dog, he was struggling. They've bullied him. They made him take horrible shots. They made him turn the ball over because of that pressure. He's not ready for a starting job, dude. He's not ready for the playoffs right now. He needs to step it up as well. So the only thing that I wish that can happen, we need to win 2 games in Indiana. We can't come out of there with 1 game. If we come out of there with 1 game, the series is over. We need to go 2-0 out there to bring it back here 2-2. Then we have a puncher's chance. But if we lose 1 game in Indiana, might be the red flag right there. Might be it, B.
Okay, B, before you jump in, I just want to add a little more to what Coach E was talking about. So when it comes to Donovan Mitchell,
God damn it.
no, I'm giving you more fire, trust me. So when it comes to Donovan Mitchell, you talk about all that abuse that he takes going into the paint. One of the things that he has been struggling with is his jump shot. Is since the month of March, he has been shooting under 25% from three-point land. And that has affected, because I'm sitting there watching the game, and I hear you, Coach E. I was sitting there watching the game, and I was like, yo, stop shooting those threes, man. Take the ball to the cup. Man, they can't stop you when you go to the cup. It can't stop you. Hey, and that right there, if he can somehow, which is probably not, folks is talking about the calf injury, but I was like, man, when he go to dunk that ball, it don't affect. He don't have no problems dunking that ball. He can get up mighty fine on those dunks. Hey, man, I ain't mind it affecting his jump shot. So, hey, but he definitely, that's for him, for this series, for his career long term, he's got to get that 3 ball figured out, man, for sure, because that will help alleviate a lot of the beatings that he's taking. I know you know, in this game, in this day and time where Boston Celtics is shooting 19 threes and a quarter out of 20 field goal attempts, period. But I don't need him to fall in love with it like that. But it does. He need to incorporate that, be able to figure that piece out, and I think that would help him out a lot. But I just wanted to add that little piece because, yeah, your boy Ty Jerome, woo, man, he lost it. He losing a lot of money, B. He losing a lot of money. Man, he was looking at a nice hefty bag, boy. Woo, 20 shots in the first game. Oh, he was supposed to be able to come up. If he can get 20 shots, hey, 14 in the second game, man, boy, that you supposed to be able to put some quality film out there, get the GMs around the league salivating. That boy ain't. He been looking
y'all
cheeks
missed
out
it,
there. He been looking like some butt cheeks out there on the court, boy. But go ahead, B. I know you've been waiting.
Y'all missed it, man. Right. Now that the trolls out the way, hold on, trolls. Let me hit that oxygen, man. Cause look, y'all totally missed it, man. So first of all, shout out to DJ Meat Seeker, our official DJ, because he asked me at the live. He said, "Yo, what about?" And what's my man's real name? What's his DJ?
Wayne, man, Wayne.
DJ Wayne. I thought that was this DJ Big Man. Yeah. So shout out to DJ Big Man Wayne. And he was like, "Yo," he's like, "Timmons, what you think about the full court press?" He was like, "That is a weakness of the Cavaliers." I said, "We good as long as we got Darius Garland. Darius Garland is the dribbler. He is the field general." I'm on this podcast saying it over and over, time and time again. Play the tape. How this team fit together like a jigsaw puzzle. Without one piece, you don't have the whole picture. He is the dribbler. So what happened in these series? First game, they thought, okay, we'll fill them out. We should be able to beat them. You know, they got a complete team. They are the team most like us. We are most like them in that they have 10 guys that they'll rotate without a problem. Shout out to Rick Carlisle. Great job coaching. Even when he sat down the guys yesterday for the back push, I seen what he was doing. Even when he texted me like, "Yo, it's over," I'm like, "No, it ain't." You seen like OKC lost the other night to Denver. I was like, "Nah, this ain't over. It just had that feel. It had that feel." Without DG though, see, it messes up everything because first of all, Ty Jerome got to come in and now think about orchestrating the offense. We have one point guard orchestrator. The next is probably Craig Porter Jr., but it's Darius Garland. He controls the pace. And it's funny because I said it, and then the announcers were saying the same thing. That's why you got the players. They are out here calling them out. You got other players, I should say. You got Stephen A., all these people, because they know, the people that truly watch and understand the game of the Cavaliers know that it's Darius Garland. He goes out there and dictates the pace of the offense. And that's what we are missing. When you put Donovan at the one, Donovan is a scorer first. He went out there, and I wish they would have won that game. I do. Hats off to Indiana. They came out with a plan. They walked us down. They won. But that little short stuff y'all talking about, miss me with that. That's nonsense. 48 points, 15 or 30. Now, Zen, you on to something with the 3-point shooting. 3-point shooting, he has been off. And what he do, he say, "Look, I'm unstoppable. They call me short. I'm unstoppable, though. I'm going to the well, and none of these people could do nothing about it." 48 points. First game, he balled. This game, he took less shots, more efficient, 50% shooting. He went to the cup. He left it all out on the field. So anybody criticizing Donovan game, y'all could just sit down, chew some bubble gum, and eat a potato. I ain't done. Hold on. Them little pound puppies you talking about?
No.
Hold on.
I'm over here chewing gum, so hey man, I feel like you taking a direct shot at me.
Chew some gum. I ain't even looking at you, Zed. I'm just hearing all this hate. I'm hearing all this hate. I ain't even looking at you, Zed, but that's funny because you said we telepathically connected, and I saw you chewing gum in my mind. So I said, chew some gum. Pass something to Evan. Look, the pound puppies, I ain't worried about them pound puppies. DG, though, you got to come back. Because, look, DG, see, the first game, it took 50 shots between Ty and between Donovan. That's not our game that we've been playing the whole year. That's not our game. But without DG, the orchestrator, the Isaiah Thomas, the Magic Johnson, the field general, the rest of the guys have to do this. They have to do this. And I know you've seen it. You can shake your head and wiggle, but you've seen it. What happened to Ty? They said, Ty, look, you got to be more like DG. Mess this whole game up. This game, I know what you're saying about Rick Carlisle and the bullying. That's nonsense. I seen Ty Jerome wiggle and shake and get right in front of the rim, what we've been watching the whole time, and just short arm that boy, hit the front of the rim. He hit the bottom of the front of the rim. He airballed one for 14. He got right to the hoop with no Pacer defenders because the defenders was not in the paint. That paint was creamy. That paint was open. That paint was infected. It was like, here, red carpet, take what y'all want out the paint. And everybody was abusing it. Allen went off for 22 points. He was dunking through the lane. Donovan was dunking through the lane. But Ty, I don't know what happened to Ty. I was like, yo, check this man FanDuel, because something is weird. He got to the hole, that little push shot he do. It was hitting the bottom of the rim. So the only thing I can say is they told him, yo, last time you took 20 shots, this time you took 14. Calm it down a little bit. Try to orchestrate the offense a little bit more and be more like Darius. You can't do that. One blame on Kenny, though. Kenny Atkinson, coach of the year. In that stretch, you see Ty having a bad game. You see the breakdown on the press. Me, and you going to laugh at me, E, I'm bringing in Craig Porter Jr. He's not Darius, but he can dribble better than Ty. Ty got the 8-second. He's a slower, shiftier, but to me, I'm going with Craig Porter. And I'm going to say one last thing. Let's see. Size doesn't matter. We know that, 48 points. One more thing, because one person I was really disappointed in was DeAndre Hunter. I'm like, dude, okay, turn up. That's what you're here for. He never turned up. Even I think E or it might have been Mike. He was like, yo, after that foul, it's personal. I'm like, oh yeah, he about to.
Yeah, I said
Man, he
that.
looked like he was about to cry. Yeah, he looked like he was about to cry. He was complaining, but he never really got out his hook up. He never really turned it on, and he got fouled. And these refs, they did better this job than the first game, but it still was despicable because I don't care who say what. That was a foul. Hand on the man's chest, push him down, and then gets the ball. And on the flip, you call Evan Mobley for touching the small of a man back. If you want to call it straight up. And them refs, they call some BS. But we ain't here to cry about the refs. We got to get DG back. That's how this thing gonna work. DG coming back. We still gonna win this series, and I'm still gonna rock this cap. We gonna win the next two. We taking the next two out of there.
The only thing before you jump back in,
ahead,
Coach E, Donovan Mitchell, heck of a game. Okay, he realized from game 1 to game 2, he got to take less threes when it ain't hitting, and you got to attack the basket. The only thing he came up short on that I kept seeing, free throws. Them free throws, the missed free throws hurt.
Huge.
Hurt. Yes. And that's the only thing. If he could have came through on those free throws, I think that's a totally different ball game right there.
That's true.
So, but I
17-21 ain't bad though. That tell the people what it was, man. 17 out of 21, man. That still ain't.
But man, some
We
of those.
Yeah, that still ain't bad.
But
We lost by one. We did. We could go through and nitpick a whole bunch of stuff. I
That
could say
ain't
Merrill
nitpicking.
breaking them. Not Merrill. I could say Ty. I can say that box out was key when Neesmith crashed in the lane because Swaggy P had the dinosaur arms. Yeah, they totally went to sleep on that.
Dunked on
I
Donovan
wanted
and
that.
put him down.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, anybody that want to complain about the refs from game 2, there was two things, man. I went out to a bar to catch it. They didn't. I just only see in the visuals. During that play was when Neesmith got the tip dunk off of the missed free throw. Was a foul called on Donovan?
No, it should have been though.
Okay, it should have been a foul call there, and he probably should have got called for a flagrant for elbowing my man in the face. So we got favorable calls in our favor, and we still weren't able to capitalize
basketball
on them.
moves. Yeah.
But how many times do they call that a flagrant though? When a regular
Yeah.
basketball move, they call that a
They
flagrant.
be
a
like,
lot.
no, that wasn't a basketball move. I mean, that was on the line. That was on the line. Definitely on the line. But I mean, they was bringing some physicality too. It was a couple times we
Yeah, we
should have
what
got some calls. But yeah,
we wasn't
it shouldn't have been.
resisting.
It should not been that close. Who?
My main thing be defense. Where you at? That long rant, I ain't hear nothing about no defense, because the big stat that got me as I'm watching that fourth quarter comeback is, yo, are y'all gonna stop somebody? Like, man, y'all just two things.
Yeah.
You letting them go into the paint, getting layups after layups after layups. Man, in the fourth quarter alone, 26 in paint points. In the fourth quarter alone. Man, you know, teams scored 26 points in one quarter, period. Just alone of their points in the fourth quarter, they were able to get 26 points in the paint. Man, the Cavs should be ashamed of themselves, man. Like, man, no resistance between stopping them getting in the paint and stopping them from getting offensive rebounds. Man, they got, look, 26 in the paint points, man, 11 second chance points in the fourth quarter. Come on, man. What's up, man?
I seen it. I seen it in real time. Only thing I can say, they were scared of the three. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But I'm like, yo, forget the three, protect the paint. Like, because you could tell we was trying to milk the clock, Donovan walking, and then they ran back, right? But then they was running back before the defense could get set a lot of times. And that's to E's credit. That's what E been yelling about Indiana the whole time. And they've been doing it. And Donovan even said it. I mean, we watched it in real time. They didn't let the defense get set. Like that play with Siakam. Allen was running back from the half court line. Siakam just ran past him. He was just running full speed. I'm like, stop the ball. And he ran past Donovan because they couldn't get set in their defense.
But it was a lot of times they did get set, and I told you they're going to be hunting Jared Allen on these pick and rolls. They constantly kept going there. So that was at least 7 of those layups that Zen is talking about, just him getting beat off the dribble in the first place. And a couple things to what you were saying, as far as Darius Garland, yeah, I'm not saying that he's not a tempo setter, but he is not a pure point guard. He's a scorer first, too. He's not a run the offense through kind of guy. He's a scorer first. He's not
Totally
a pure
disagree.
point guard at all. Halliburton is a pure point guard. Darius Garland doesn't do anything that Halliburton does. He scores way better than Halliburton. That's why he's a scoring guard. He's not a pure point guard. You're not going to sit there and let Darius run an offense. He is the offense. He gets his shot off of him beating people off the dribble. That's not him setting up the offense, telling people to go to the corner, you go over here, come give me this pick and roll. That's not Darius Garland at all. He does do the tempo. He does dribble good. He does break presses with his speed. But as far as him being like a setup point guard, not at all. He's a scorer first. So that is the problem that we have. We don't have a pure point guard. And you see that coming into play. And as far as, I wasn't saying nothing about Donovan's size with him scoring the 48 points. I'm talking about him constantly being on the ground with those 48 points. And you said he was going to the hole because that middle was cheese. Indiana doesn't have a shot blocker. So that's what their game plan is. Give them those 2-point layups, because the Cavs are known for what? Their 3-point shooting. So as long as they're not giving up the threes, they're happy to give him that paint. And that's why he's taking that paint, what Zen said, and not shooting those threes, because he's been off from the threes. So that's exactly going right into Rick Carlisle's game plan, is him scoring 48 points. Okay, I'll give you 48. And if you don't win, damn, what happened to Zen?
Oh, what happened to Zen? He just, Zen left.
Right. That's that hotel Wi-Fi.
That motel.
All right.
6.
They ain't leaving light on for him.
Okay. Okay, y'all said a joke, man. Y'all froze on me for a second.
Yeah, right. So I wasn't saying nothing about Donovan not scoring or something, because hell, like, he played his ass off. I don't have no problem with him.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining about him whatsoever. But you got to think about 48 points. He had over 20 free throws. That's a lot of free throws. He scored 17 alone
There
from
it
the
is.
free throw line. And then those
He
layups,
took a
like I said.
beating.
Yeah, but like I said, they are going to continue to give them the lane because that's the game plan. They don't want them out there getting hot. And kudos to Max Strus and Sam Merrill. They got hot last game, but Max Strus did cool off in that fourth quarter, and that chose to be a big difference. And when I sent that text, like, oh, that's game, when he hit that last three with like 50 something seconds left, I thought that was a nail in the coffin. But you called it right.
I did.
But
Man,
and I don't know how I didn't
Hey.
compute the situation of the game where we just saw Indiana do this to Milwaukee. The same exact thing. This same fourth quarter played out that Milwaukee game where Halliburton came through, hit that game-winning layup, where Halliburton's pops got in the Giannis' face with the towel and everything. That was the same exact thing. Their defensive pressure and everything caused all those turnovers and them getting the buckets. But in this game, it was that free throw rebound from Halliburton and Ty Jerome not playing any good defense whatsoever. He should not even been in the game in that situation.
I got one question though. How can you say, man, you got 4 TVs, man? You can't see that Darius Garland is a PG?
No, he's
That
not.
man moves the rock. He
he's not a
moves,
pure
yeah,
point
he can
guard.
take you, he gets shifty. And that time, the times you always complain about when he didn't take the shot and he passed the ball out. I'm telling you, the ball moves way better. The bigs get more involved when you get Darius Garland on that floor.
Because he's
He
another
is the point guard.
scoring threat. That's why. It's not because he's a pure
No,
point
I'm not
guard.
even talking about the scoring because with the scoring, like you just said, you had the bench stepped up. You had Strus, you had Allen drop 20, 22. You had
Off layups and dunks,
my man
giving the
Sam
middle
Merrill.
up. That was a game plan.
Yeah, you had the additional scoring, but for me, and reason I was worried because I didn't see the ball movement. I seen it early on a little bit,
Who are you
and
going to
to
move
me,
the ball to though? With the
you
people
gon-
that was playing, who are you trusting
yeah.
to move the ball to? That's why Donovan wasn't moving the ball. You gonna put your playoff hopes in Isaac Okoro in the corner, Dean Wade on the wing, even Robinson was in
It's
there.
been our yes. You asked me
But you
this,
see,
I'll
that's
tell you
what's
100
happening.
times over. It's happening because we don't have the pure point guard to move the ball. He moves the ball. He controls the rock. He gets it to the
So-
people, and they hit the shots. They more set up. He sets the bigs up more than anything.
No, that's not him setting the bigs up. Let me break it down for you.
What?
When Darius Garland is on the court, 9 times out of 10, him and Donovan are on the wings or the top of the key. So the defense has to shade towards them. I don't care who passes, but the defense is going to shade to one side. So if you make one pass to the opposite side of the court, yeah, it's going to be a guy open because they have to worry about Evan Mobley, Donovan, and Darius at the same time. So of course, another guy is going to be open. That's not him setting up the offense. That's him hitting the open guy because the defense is shading to him. He didn't set up the offense and run the offense through and be a pure point guard. He just made a pass because the defense was shading to the scorers on our team. That's not him setting
Okay.
up the offense.
Well, let's take that. That's still the catalyst to offense because you still got to worry about him scoring. You got to worry about his 3 ball. He's shooting the best of his career
That's what
this
I'm
year.
saying.
You got to worry about him taking it to the hole. But in that's still a catalyst for the offense because Donovan was doing that too. Donovan was going to the hole, but when he was passing, it just didn't move like it does with DG. When he come back, man, just turn on all 4 TVs. Don't be watching golf and hockey at the
Once
same
again.
time, so you can see what's gonna happen.
See, this is what gets misconstrued, and you and HUD start calling me a hater. I literally just told you what happens to the defense. Yes, he's a scorer. That's why they are paying attention to him. Yes, he's going to drive the ball because the defense is going to him to stop him from scoring. That's not a pure point guard. If he makes a pass off of the defense collapsing to him, that's him hitting an open man. Chris Paul, Rajon Rondo, things like that. That's a pure point guard. That's not Darius Garland.
Yeah,
Darius Garland is a
because
scorer.
they one dimensional.
All
He's a
right.
2-dimensional point guard. 2-dimensional
I
because he
guess
can
you don't
move
hear
that
what I'm
rock
saying.
and score and make the pass. Ain't nobody worried about no damn Chris Paul and them. Look, and
guess
I
you
ain't
don't
worried about no
understand what I'm saying.
Halliburton. Halliburton,
You
he's
need to worry
still
about him. He's
because
kicking your
Halliburton.
ass.
No, Halliburton still scored. Like you gotta have some threat in today's NBA from your point guard because otherwise ain't nobody worried about him. There'd just be one man. Ain't nobody got a shade, strong side, weak side, ain't none of that because ain't nobody worried. Halliburton, when in the closing moments, he ain't saying, "Yo, I'm a pure point guard. Let me set somebody up." No, he said, "Get out the way, give me this big man." And then on even that last shot, he shot over Ty Jerome. That
'Cause he's
wasn't
little.
no pure point guard. That still wasn't no pure point guard, not a threat, not a scoring threat. That was a point guard making a play.
Are you
He
aware?
still made a play. He scored.
Are you aware that he's one of the leading assist leaders in the league?
I like look
Yeah,
at
I
his
get
assist
that.
numbers those
People
2
say his game
games.
is underrated. I get that. But but if he didn't have any threat of scoring, he is the assist man, but he took those shots in both games, didn't he?
Yeah,
From damn near the same spot.
I'm not.
So you can't be like, oh, he just so much a pure point guard
But
over
he is,
Darius
though.
because Darius was a scorer too. He's a scorer too.
But he is.
He averaged 1.2 less than Darius. Point wise.
Look at this.
So he's
How many
scoring
more
too.
assists?
Look at the assist.
No, the assist is almost 3 assists a game. I get that, but you can't say he's not looking to score either, is what
never
I'm
said
saying.
that.
He's a scorer too.
I never said
No,
that.
you saying he's more of a pure point guard because Darius
He is.
can
The
drive
assist
and they
numbers is
worried about
telling you
his
that.
drive.
The assist numbers is
But
telling
it's the
you
same
that.
thing with Halliburton. Don't you see it's the same thing with
No,
Halliburton?
that's what I'm talking about. Halliburton's assist numbers are telling you he's a pure point guard. That's what I'm telling
But
you.
how is he pure when he averaging just damn near the same thing as Darius Garland? How is he any different? How is he different when he averaging? He took the game winning shots. How is he different? How is he all of a sudden a pure unicorn point guard?
Hey,
I'm not getting
wait a
it.
minute, hold on,
is.
B. Magic Johnson, who we consider a pure point guard,
He still
right?
scored.
He's a
Yes,
scorer.
he still scored, but he
Yeah.
was considered a pure point guard. Same way.
Right.
Now, did Magic
But-
Johnson, when it came
but-
down,
but-
would he take the game winning shot? He would do that too. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
So what's y'all
just
definition of a pure point guard then? Because
Assist, set
what
up
by
people
what
with
E
the-
said, what E's definition, he was saying because Darius can dribble, he can score, he can shoot, and people got to fade over to him, and he just hitting the open man. Both of those players now that y'all just mentioned can do the same thing. So how is it any different? They do the same thing. Magic can shoot,
one.
he can drive,
And
and he
look at
can
Magic's
kick on the open
assist.
man.
And look at Magic's assist numbers. And look at Halliburton's assist numbers. They do other things besides scoring. They run the offense. The offense runs through them because they set it up.
So do
Darius
Darius.
doesn't do
Darius
that. Look at
runs the
his
offense.
assists. You just said Darius Garland averages about 3 assists. That's not running the offense. That's
No, he
him.
averaged 6.7 assists a game. 6.7 assists, 20 points a game.
Okay.
Like he is our assist leader. He is our pure point guard. He is our field
he's not.
general. He is how the ball moves around. Yes, he is. Yes, he
he's-
is. Now the Cavs tend to pass.
Nobody,
If we didn't pass as much, then he might average more assists. But we also pass. They might pass out of his pass.
nobody will ever label Darius Garland as a pure point guard. They will call him a scoring
Then-
guard.
Then why you got so many people calling him out to come back?
Because
Saying they
need
don't know
him-
nothing. They just
need
looking
a
for the points.
scoring. What do you mean? Yeah, they need him for the points.
It's not about the scoring.
And they need him to
I
be
disagree.
another. They need him to be another weapon on the court. Yeah, that just makes sense.
And bring that ball up, though. I'm talking about
Yeah.
bring that ball up,
To
break
break
that
the
press, and
press, yeah.
distribute that rock.
He's not going to
and
distribute.
distribute
He's
that
going to
rock.
score off of him breaking that. He is. He's not looking to
Wait a
pass.
second.
He's looking to score.
When he had them 10 assists, next game, when we whooping their ass,
That's
your
one
phone
game.
is
That's not
gonna
the
blow
average.
up.
That's one game. It's not.
I want you just turn
Look.
it on all 4 TVs. Don't watch women's basketball and crocheting, the tournaments and blanket making and all golf, and don't try to watch all that because you're missing some stuff, my brother. You're missing it.
Not missing anything.
All right. Because I'll save that question so if the Pacers were to actually pull out this victory. But
They ain't
do
winning,
you
man.
see, like I gotta go to E because I can't go to B on this one. How worried are you for these Cavaliers? Beaton already declared he's not worried. How worried are you for these Cavaliers right now?
about
Is there something? Is there something? Is there some glimmer of light that we could take going into Game 3 from these first 2 games, or that we can pull back from the regular season, that we can can say, okay, fellas, we done been here before. Let's go ahead. Let's rally together, man. We did it back then, or right now. Look, the first 2 games, man, we do this. We did great. Let's make sure we don't do this, and we can come out with the victory. Give us some hope, Coach E, because I'm so, B, he just gonna be just blindly, just
Ain't
faithfully,
no
just
blind, y'all blind. Right here,
like,
it
it's
say
okay.
PG is the
I ain't worried about
definition of a pure
Halliburton
point
when he
guard, Larry
torching us.
Nance said.
You over here,
Y'all
this
some
man
blind.
torching us. I ain't worried about him. No, I ain't worried about
Right.
these. Man, come
I
on,
said
man.
kudos.
Man, what
I
is
said
it gonna
hats off
take,
to
man?
y'all
What is it
blind.
gonna take? And you still
Still
gonna
ain't
keep
worried
yelling
about
you
that
ain't worried,
ball.
man. So, Coach E, that's why I gotta go to Coach E. Coach E, man, is there any glimmer of hope for these Cavaliers this series?
Bro.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It really hinges on who plays in game 3. If they don't play in
If
game
they don't
3,
have, if the, we've seen other teams be able to overcome injured players to be able to pull it out. Look, I remember seeing Paul Pierce being able to beat Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs and his Utah Jazz when Kawhi Leonard tore his ACL. Man, people overcome injuries. If we don't have it, we don't have Darius Garland because I'm sorry, man. I
Paul
don't want to be
Pierce,
falling
hey,
into this category where folks be like, man, are you even trying? Like, man, how hard are you trying to get out there? I
that's
look,
what I said.
because
It was
Evan
he
Mobley, that's the
runs on
one that
his
was like, man,
toes.
all these folks just be
Oh my
sitting
God.
there. You got Jared Allen, don't take no pain injections. He refused to do that, so he missed games in last year's playoffs. You got Evan Mobley with an ankle. I'm sitting there watching Jalen Brunson mess up his ankle. He tying up the shoe tighter, trying to run it off and get out there. And he's still playing in these playoffs. I seen Halliburton mess up his wrist. He flexing his wrist, get it taped up, get out there and keep playing. I'm like, man, who was trying to fight? I'm like, what, that fight in them. So I'm like, I can't trust that these guys. I think the culture is they can go ahead and just sit out,
my God.
and it's gonna be okay, and they ain't gonna get no pushback. I'm like, man, I
You
thought
ain't
Tristan
say that
Thompson was on
about
this
Kawhi
team telling
Leonard.
these dudes, supposed to tell these dudes, like, come on, man, we need you out there, man. It's the playoffs. Nobody ain't trying to tell these boys to push or fight. That's how I feel as a fan, anyway. So I just need a glimmer of hope.
My man's
Even if
running
these
on
dudes
his
don't come out here,
toes. He
if these
run
dudes,
on his toes. He
man,
ain't flat
folks,
foot.
look,
You see it?
That's
he
the
ain't the
worst
first
He's a
person.
shifty P guard. Okay, he'll be out there whooping ass.
Some
He coming
some
back.
folks out here have to play through it. He ain't the first that had to play through turf toe.
You forgot your one boy though.
Even if he ain't 100%, you ain't got to be 100% in order to play. That's what I'm saying. You can still get out there on the floor and figure out a way to contribute in a limited capacity of your, or being a shell of yourself. You can still figure out a way to contribute and make a contribution to your team besides sitting there on the bench. But as what I'm saying, I can't rely on these dudes. They're not gonna be dependable. I don't know if that's
be the coaching
B
staff.
B
Like,
saying he gonna play, but
came out like Kawhi.
I wouldn't be able to look, B throwing me off, but I can't look.
I
Coach
can't only
E,
listen to so much of this nonsense. This is nonsense. The man run on his toes. Y'all like, oh, he don't need no toes.
But he's not
he
the first.
runs
Paul George on his podcast, broke down in detail having to play with turf toe and the things that he had to do, get a splint and this, that, and the other, cut a hole in the shoe. I ain't hearing nothing of none of these stories of him actually out here trying to get out here to play on it. That's all I'm saying. And this is the most important time, man. This ain't the regular season where we can just sit you down.
Nope.
We
all out of time now.
It's now or never now. But look, we going back and forth. I still ain't got to Coach E asking this question. I can't rely on these players,
you
Coach
ain't
E.
criticize Steph. Y'all ain't criticizing Steph Curry. He out the game.
Yeah, that's out of this one game though. B. See, this is the problem I have. When I say
for a week.
This is when I say the Cleveland fan. This is the pure definition of the Cleveland fan. when you are stating like the obvious in things that's happening and they don't want to agree with it, they consider you a hater and not wanting the team to win, but you're just literally stating the facts. He hasn't tried to play. Like, at least try. That's all people are saying. And if you can't go, you can't go. If we at least seen you try. You know how many people have sprained their ankle in the game of basketball? Evan Mobley didn't play because of a sprained ankle. That's not good. And you're down 0-2. So if you don't come back in game 3, you have no choice but to question that. If if Darius doesn't come back in game 3, you have no choice but to question that. Like, how bad do they really want it? Because we saw this last year and the year before with the Jared Allen finger, then the Jared Allen ribs. You saw this time after time after time. So that's what we're saying. Why are they not even trying? We need to get this. Like, this is important. We're down 0-2. So the fact that we are down 0-2, we at least need one of them to come back. If not, I can't rely on Max Strus and Sam Merrill to continue to be that hot. They were at home hitting those jumpers. I don't know if that's going to translate to the road. And this is the same team that Hud and Byron kept telling me how good our reserves are. They should be stepping up and doing the job that they were doing in the regular season, but they're not. I can't rely on them to try to win me a game on the road in the playoffs. Yeah, they did great in game 2, but we still lost. So if that continues to happen, we're up Shit's Creek. It's not good. Donovan's going to continue to try to do everything because he has no other person. And this goes back to what you used to say all the time, Zen. Who's going to come with Donovan? We know Donovan going to do his thing. We know Donovan going to score. Who's going to be the number 2? Nobody has consistently stepped up and been the number 2 because they're hurt. So we can't rely on Max Strus. We can't rely on Dean Wade. We can't rely on Isaac Okoro. We can't rely on Ty Jerome that's 0 for 90. We can't rely on those guys because those are not the guys that is going to win us a playoff series without them being in their natural role. With all these injuries, they are not in their natural role. That's why we look like that, because they have to try to overcompensate, and they're not the players to do that. So if they're not back, we're kind of screwed. But if they come back, that'll give us a breath of life. And I guarantee the intensity will come up, and I guarantee we'll play a lot harder, and a lot of things will happen. Because why? The defense will have to respect those guys just because they're out there. So just be out there. That's all we asking.
Real quick, man. Real quick. I know Zen want to hit that buzzer, man. Real quick.
Yep, you know it.
I'm listening to it. It's ridiculous.
This is crazy.
Real
He's
quick.
disagreeing
Yo,
with this. This is
AI,
insane.
Gemini, AI, pure point guard. Darius Garland is often described as a pure point guard because he excels at directing the offense, distributing the ball, and making smart decisions on the court. He's known for his ability to orchestrate plays, make precise passes, and effectively control the pace. One more time, the pace of the game, while he's also capable as a scorer. His primary strength lies in his offensive leadership and playmaking abilities. You can do this, Google. You can use Gemini. You can use AI. You can use it, because it's coming to take over all the positions. AI is telling you what you are missing. Pure point guard, playmaking, passing, offensive organization, decision-making, control. Look, it's a whole breakdown right here.
You're talking about AI.
The machines are trying to tell you. Kevin Stefanski is the smartest.
It tells you right there, its intelligence is artificial, man. So how can I go?
He's a point guard. Man, look, email the show if you agree with E, me, or Zen. Please, out there, email. I want to get y'all. I want to get a poll. I want to get the listener saying, is he a point guard or not?
They're crazy.
Because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. E on that homer punch. He on that troll juice. This is ridiculous.
Just stating the facts what I see.
I don't look. I say when Maverick come back to us next week. Look, I'll say that one for another time. But yo, I knew. Look, hey, after last night, man, it was gonna be a venting session. I knew it was.
Yeah.
Man.
Ain't no venting session.
You gotta get it out.
We got one realist and 2 delusional people.
No,
that's it. That's what it is. No. That's the name of this podcast. It's 2 delusional people. I don't know what you watching.
A delusional Homer Simpson fan that doesn't want to accept what he's seeing. We didn't.
You got 4 TVs and you still missing it.
We don't have to ask AI anything because we see with our eyes. We don't need AI's eyes. We don't need those other
AI
opinions.
seeing it, man. He's a pure point guard. I don't know what you tell you trying to watch too much of the time. You task switching, not multitasking.
I just
You
know.
you got too many rocks in your cup. Zen, tell him about the rock in the cup story. Trying to watch too much shit at one time.
I just know the game of basketball, and he's not a pure point guard. That's it. I'm not taking anything.
Gemini
else
told me different.
I'm not taking away his pace. I'm not taking away his scoring. I'm not taking away his dribbling ability. I'm not taking none of that away. I'm just saying he's not a pure point guard. That's it. There's no
Kenny
disrespect
Smith,
in that at all. Like
Larry Nance, all the legends are saying that's why
Legends
they
of
calling for the pure PG.
Legends of what?
Look,
Where did they play?
okay, ex-players, veteran players are calling him a pure point guard. It's right here.
What franchise did they play for?
Who?
Larry Nance.
Kenny Smith.
Larry Nance.
Larry Nance played for the Cavs.
Oh,
okay, Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith ain't played. He played for the Rockets. Yes.
Oh, okay.
They all come. Why you think they calling him out?
I disagree.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, Kenny.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, Maverick, come back, man. Come back. Only if you're on my side. If not, coach.
Hey, man.
Next week, man. We're called Hood, man. I need some more realists in the building. Y'all in purgatory. Hood, man. Come on the show next week, man, so we can school these boys.
All right, man. Look, I and that's not a venting session. That sounds like a venting session to me. I don't know. But all right. Hey, but good pod. Hey, Coach E.
Yes, teammate Zen.
You got a post-game word for the people.
Matter of fact, I do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gather around. Take a knee, all eyes on me. Today's word is, let it be known. Let it be known that you're the person for the job, that everybody has been looking for you to do what you're supposed to do, and let them be known that you are there to do it. You will not let them down. Your name came to their mind for a reason. Let it be known. Let it be known that you're well prepared, that you've been waiting for this moment, and you're about to kill this moment. Let it be known that everything that people have been telling them is 100% true. Let it be known that you are about to step into your greatness, that you are about to share your greatness with the world, and it is going to be on site for everybody to see, and they will enjoy it. So just let it be known.
All right, let's go.
Win on me, win on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win!
It sounds so sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of Coach E Game for All Seasons. This was a therapist episode. The therapist that Byron didn't want to go to, he went to them today. He sat on that couch and he poured his feelings out. With that being said, see you in Game 3.
Break.
Thank you for tuning in to Game for All Seasons with Coach E. Remember to hit the like or subscribe button on Coach E's YouTube channel. To listen on the go, download wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow Coach E on Instagram, X, and TikTok at BigF216. Contact us at www.perfecttimefitness.com for one-on-one or group training sessions. Our theme music provided by Mr. Taboo Timmons on SoundCloud at Mr. Taboo Timmons. Once again, thanks for listening and see you next week.